And the saga of the Volvo continues. As you can see, there is nothing behind me. The garage is empty. That's because I have just dropped it off for another MOT. I have just dropped it off down there, and after all the work I've done, the guy was really cool, put it on the brake rollers just to make sure everything was decent and working before logging it for a test. There's no rear brakes at all. The handbrake works, yay, I've adjusted that, fucking don't use it, don't know what that's going to do, but there's no rear brakes at all. You can put your foot firmly on the pedal and spin the rear tyres. Don't know how I've managed it, but yeah, so I've left it with him. I've just been like, look, if I do it, it's going to be another 10 years. So hopefully it's an easy fix. I'm wondering if I've just not bled them properly, or whether I have got a blocked pipe, because it's literally one line from the front. Don't know, I tipped you that way. One line from the front to the rear, and then it splits for each wheel. So I'm wondering if I've just got a blocked line. But yeah, no rear brakes whatsoever. I don't think she watches this, so I'm going to blame the wife, because she helped me bleed the brakes. So yeah, we'll find out what happens tomorrow, and I'll keep you all updated. Good evening, folks. As you can see, there is a car behind me. And now you're going to get the update that I know you've all been waiting for. That has kept you on the edge of your seat, has kept you up all night. So in traditional style, I'm going to start this off with the proper intro. Welcome to a special midweek edition of What the Fuck's Wrong with Riot's Car? Right then, where do we begin? So, you all remember that I took it down for an MOT and the brakes were not working. So, the guy pressure tested the whole system and managed to bleed the brakes. The rear brakes. The rear brakes are now working. The brakes are now working. The handbrake's now working. Has it got an MOT? I'm fucking stupid. Of course it's not. So, he had it Monday night, got to it Tuesday. Then apparently ran out of fuel on his lift Tuesday night. So he ended up getting a jerry can full. Fast forward to this morning. Gets a phone call. Thing won't start. So, you know, he's put a bit of fuel in it. He did put 10 quid in a jerry can, or £5 or whatever. It's like, well, yeah, it's not going to start if it's empty. You've basically tickled the bottom of the fuel tank. So yeah, long story short, he's fucked my car. Only way of describing it. Long story short, he's fucked my car. Don't know if you can see that. He's added a random fucking nut and bolt to my throttle cable. Even though the throttle stay is there, but apparently wouldn't start, so he's wedged between a nut and bolt, and probably fucked up my cable so I can't get it back in there. I do apologise about the language to any children or old people watching if you are offended. But the big story, he has basically, let's go back. The power steering system has exploded. Not sure how, but there is a massive hole in the pipe now. Don't know whether you can get in and see that. I apologise a bit about the shoddy bit of camera work, but it is there. Hopefully you can see that behind the camera. It is there. Just above the red live wire, there's a big hole in power steering wire. Guy maintains that it was not cracked or perished or fatigued or anything like that when he failed the last lot of, when he did the MOT and did the last lot of failure. I don't see how one of those can just explode. I could be wrong, but for me, surely there has to be some evidence, some sort of physical evidence for it just to explode. He rang me very angrily lunchtime today, basically told me to come and get this car and get it out of his garage because he'd pissed power steering fluid all over his garage floor. It's a garage, it's supposed to be dirty. Have you seen my place? You know, who keeps a garage spotless on a bit of fluid on the floor? Well, I'm sorry. So obviously, middle of the day, I was like, nah mate, I'll come after work because, you know, I have a full-time job. So I picked it up to work and the thing wouldn't start. So I've no idea what he's done. Absolutely no idea. But needless to say, it's not MOT'd and it's fucked. Right, so here's the offending item. This power steering hose here. As you can see, it's a bit melty and a bit holy. So because I'm a hoarder, I haven't actually thrown anything away, which means I should still have one. So I'm going to spray all this down full of gunk, and then just get it all a bit cleaned up. Whip that off, pull it out, get it replaced, and hopefully that's that. And then we'll look at the throttle cable. I like the foam stuff. Ooh, look at that. Get all in there. And all that area cleaned up. Has just dawned on me, I've got no way of actually rinsing that off. I didn't think this through. Damn. Yeah, I didn't actually think this through. It's just dripping onto my board where I was going to be laying. And I don't have like a bucket or a hose. No, I've got a bucket. Let's go find a bucket. Right, well that hasn't really helped much, but let's get a big socket on that and get this pipe out of the way. What we're going to be? Oh, a really odd angle. Let's try 2021. Right, 22. Let's try that one. Okay. To get in here, to get this off. No, I'm going to need the small ratchet. I'm going to need an extension. Yes. Come on. Ringing, we've got a little guardian belt at the bottom of my engine. Ow! That's a hole in my hand. That's quite a large hole in my hand. Oh well. There'll be time for tears later. So we need some snips to get it from. Can I get it out of that? There we go. Alright. Okay, so I've still got the copper washer on the nuts. I've still got the copper washer there. Has it got one on? Can't feel one on there. Right, okay. Hopefully you can see about what we need to be seeing. Right. Hopefully I have one. Right, new Jubilee clip on there. Let's hope that it's long enough. Ooh, now then, it feels very short actually, because I'm not shorter. Right, so I'm going to get this through without kinking it. Yes, it will just reach. Just reach. You can see that. We're just about there. So, I'm going to tighten this Jubilee clip up here. And then I shall get on with mounting that. Right, so I've got one end of the old new one in place, and oh, my light's gone again. I really hate working underneath this car. I think I've seen more of the underneath of the car than I have of the inside of it. Right, let's get that tightened down. A few more clicks and we'll see where we get to. Right, I'm going to call that good enough. So let's fill it up, cycle through the steering, and that should bleed it, and then that should be the hose done, hopefully. Right, let's get the reservoir full up, and hopefully that'll be that. Right, I do still need to bleed the system, but I wanted to address this horrendous piece of fucking engineering, whatever you want to call it. It really does wind me up. I just hope that I can get the throttle cable back into its hole. I don't know why he's messed with it. Yeah, it's really wound me up as that bit. For 10 mils then, I think. Well, naturally that's an 8 mil, of course it is. So 10 mil. Absolutely mangled and damaged the end of the throttle cable. Right, so that's absolutely mangled and butchered. Marvellous. So I had that nicely. How has he even done this? I don't know why he felt the need to mess with it. Absolutely no reason for him to mess with this. I think this has wound me up more than quite a lot of it, if I'm honest. Because this actually took bloody ages to get, and it's just not going to go through now because it's absolutely mangled, but I don't have enough on there. I mean, it'll go through obviously, but it needs to go through once it's in situ, but then trying to get it through was an absolute nightmare, and the end of this is just absolutely bollocks, but I don't have enough on the cable to trim it, so I'm just going to have to do the best I can. I'm struggling with this bit. So that it's got to go, the throttle cable's got to go all the way through it inside this blade to try and get that angle with a wire that is completely hashed out, and I don't have enough to cut it off. I mean, I can get it through the thing, but it's not engaging properly. Thing I can think of is if I put it in that bit, would I still get full through? But then I'll have to hawk out the middle of that. It needs to go in that one. There's no point taking that off because it's not going to do any much. Might make it a little bit easier to get to, maybe. I don't know. Let's have a try. See, the problem you've got is a very shallow window there to get through the cable, that side to that side. Right, well that took a lot of doing and probably a lot of swearing, but the throttle cable's finally back together, as you can see, completely back in there now. It was completely, well it is completely mashed. It took a lot of persuading, and I don't think it's ever coming out of there. That's going to be the issue now. So now there's just the issue of the non-starting. I thought it was because it was out of fuel. It's got fuel in it. Still won't start. I'm thinking it's dragged up some out of the tank. So I've got a new fuel filter. I'm going to swap that out, pray that that works and that that's the only fix, because I don't have a new fuel pump, and it's Sunday, so I'm not going to get one. Right, so I've got the car jacked up, or the back end at least, get some, drop this tray down, and then hopefully, I think there should be enough wires to get to it. Right, let's try this one again, shall we? With a 12mm. Oops. Oh my goodness me, that's just twisted. That's just bending. And you can see that bolt there goes to that bracket, and the bracket's just bending. So let's try put this back in and see if I can get that out another way. What size are you? Naturally you're one bigger. You're a 13mm. Question is, if I get that off, am I going to be able to get the bugger back in? Because that is properly mangled. Right, let's try 13mm then. So naturally I've put the 13mm away. Right, I don't know how much you're going to be able to see of this because my light's dead. So I've just put the bracket back up to get the banjo bolt off, and we've just emptied. I've just taken one of the lines off out of the bitting, so I can get to one end of the filter. I'm hoping that it doesn't look too bad. There's a fuel that come out of the filter, but I'm hoping I can get the other side off. Well, that's the carriers off the car, because I can't actually get to that bit. So I'm hoping that's what you do. Right, piss fuel everywhere. Right, where did that other little one go? There you are. Right. This thing is crusty, like horrendously so. I don't know if you can see that, but that thing is crusty. I'm going to struggle to get these off because they are so crusty. But I don't want to. I don't want to actually remove the pump, but I need this little thing off here. So hopefully that's a 17mm again. No, of course you're not. Maybe you're an 18 then. 18. Ooh. And I've got fuel all the way down my arm. I could do with something to stand that on, so it's not pulling as much. So I've just got it perched on an old axle stand. See if I can get a 19mm in there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this off without damaging it all, but I can't actually get to that once it's in the car, which is a stupid design. I might need a socket for that because I don't think I'm going to get Yeah, because my 19mm spanner is one of my precision instrument modified tools. And yes, I did cut the only 19mm I had. But you know, I like to live on the edge. Right, let's get a 19mm socket then. Try that. Right, let's try that one first. A couple of different ones, hopefully. One style will work better than the other. Because there we go. It's these that I'm worried about. You see the connectors there? They just do not want to come out, and I don't want to snap them because obviously I don't have any more. But they are. They are not coming out at all. Oh, goodness me, no, they're not coming out, and I don't want to force them. But I can't actually get to that within the car, because that's right where the bolt is, the bolt hole is, so once it's up there, you can't get anything to it. Obviously having it swinging is not ideal, but these just do not want to come out. And then if I get them out, are they going to go back in? What's the fitting on that like? That's just, right. What a pain. Oh, got it. Right, the fuel's going to piss out everywhere now. Shit. Where's my little tub? Ah, come here. Right, so it's a 10mm. Let's get this off. Right then, new filter. Here we go. I'm going to try and get that. I wonder if it's worth putting that band. Because I'm guessing it should be stuck to the inside of this. But it's not. Oh, I hope this solves the problem. I really do. I'm starting to wonder if this car is just ever going to get actually finished. I mean, a project car's never really finished, is it? Because there's always something you want to do to it, but, you know, to a point where I can get in it, open the garage door, go for a drive. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Eh? Right. Okay, so I've got it all back together. Put the exhaust back on. Let's drop it on the deck and pray that that's done the job. Okay, so just prime the system, and naturally we've got a fuel leak. I'm hoping the fittings just aren't tight and I've not split something, because that would really suck. So it's quite a big fuel leak actually. I don't know if you can actually see that. It's properly raining down off there. So yeah. Right, exhaust off again then. Can I get, which one was that? That was the 19mm one, wasn't it? No, that was the, what size was that one? I think that was the 19mm one. No, it wasn't, that was a 17mm one. Right, okay. We shall get rid of the 17mm then. It's not actually seating properly at all. There's just a trickle coming out of it, but it's not actually letting me seat anything. Oh crap. Well, that was fun. I got absolutely sprayed with fuel, and yeah, still actually don't know whether fix the problem. The copper washer just hadn't seated properly, so even though it was tight, the copper washer was sort of like that and just letting it leak through. But obviously then when I released the pressure of it, it properly went mental and sprayed out everything that was in the filter. So you know, a good time had by all. Now, there's still no fuel around. I can't get the thing started, can I? Because I don't fancy burning the car to the ground just yet. Although my friend Nige did suggest that. We're not there yet. If this doesn't work, maybe. Right, I guess I'll go and wash the fuel out of my eye and let this evaporate for half hour or so, I don't know. There was quite a lot that came out. Right, I'll pick this up in a bit then. So a quick test fire, and this thing's still seeing 34. It really needs to see 50 to work for the factory. So yeah, it looks like it's absolutely buggered. So the filter hasn't helped. Looks like it's going to be a new fuel pump then. The gauge in the, I don't know what happened there. The gauge in the car is reading decent amount, but yeah, the Fitec's seeing 30 odd, and we're starting to crank and probably drop. Snap the camera mount. There we go. So let's have a look. Oh, the Fitec goes off itself. Right. I think that's time to call it a day. It's not going to crank. Looks like I'm ordering a new fuel pump then. Marvellous. Okay, we'll pick this up